He had never planned for anything to happen, yet something in him was changing long before that night arrived. Arham had been in a stable relationship with Maya for almost 3 years, and everyone around them believed they were perfect together. He believed it too, until the day he met Zara at a work training program. She was kind, funny, and effortlessly confident, the kind of person who could make anyone feel seen. Arham felt an instant connection, one he brushed aside at first, convincing himself it was harmless. Over the next few weeks, they kept running into each other during breaks. Their conversations started casually, but slowly they began sharing more personal stories, dreams, fears, disappointments. Zara listened in a way that made Arham feel understood, and he didn't realize how far he was slipping until he found himself waiting for those moments with her. He kept reminding himself that he loved Maya, that he shouldn't be feeling this way, yet he couldn't stop the growing attachment. The night everything changed came unexpectedly. Their team had organized a small dinner after the training ended. Arham knew he shouldn't get too comfortable around Zara, but fate, or carelessness, placed them at the same table. They laughed more than they should have, talked longer than they intended, and when the group finally began leaving, he and Zara were the last to walk out. A strange silence settled between them, heavy with unspoken feelings. When they reached the parking area, Zara turned to him with a softness that made his heart ache. She thanked him for making the training bearable and said she felt lucky to have met him. Her words shook him more than he expected. He should have stepped back. He should have ended the night right there. But instead he stayed, and in that quiet moment under dim streetlights, he crossed a line he could never uncross. Not with words, not with actions, but simply by letting himself lean into the emotions he had been ignoring. Nothing dramatic happened. There was no grand confession, no impulsive decisions. But something far more serious occurred. He allowed himself to feel something for someone who wasn't his partner. That emotional betrayal, though silent, was real. When he drove home afterwards, guilt sat in his chest like a weight he couldn't shake. His mind replayed every second, and the truth hit him harder than he expected. He had cheated. Not physically, but emotionally, and it hurt just as deeply. The days after that night were the hardest. Maya noticed his distance, the sudden hesitation in his voice, the way he avoided eye contact when she asked if everything was okay. He wanted to confess, but fear held him back. The fear of losing her. The fear of admitting what he had become. The fear of facing consequences he knew he deserved. His silence created a wall between them, one that kept growing taller with each passing day. Eventually, he realized that what he had done wasn't just a mistake. It was a moment that revealed the truth about his heart. He had let loneliness and emotional confusion lead him toward someone else instead of communicating with the person he loved. The night that changed everything, forced him to confront the flaws he never wanted to see in himself. And although he finally told Maya the truth, every detail she deserved to hear, nothing was quite the same again. Trust once broken never returns untouched. That night became the turning point of his life, not because of what happened between him and Zara, but because it showed him the cost of emotional dishonesty. He learned that love demands effort and honesty, not silent drift and escape. Some mistakes change everything not to destroy us, but to teach us the hard lessons we didn't want to learn.